go. Put you on all live. So we are going to discuss what I am doing here. It is the May Soft Squares Challenge. And I had decided, I fell in love with this pattern. Oops, let me lower this. I have myself on over here watching commercials. And I fell in love with this pattern called Hypnotize. And I have a panel that kind of looks like that, I think even in there. But I'm going to use the panel that was done by Soft Squares right here, given to us by Soft Squares. I had the poppy with the white. And hold on, let me skip this. I have the poppy with the white as my panel that I will be using. Probably should give that a quick press. Good morning, Barb. All right. Sorry. So I have that. I have some fat quarters that Lynn had gifted me, and then some I had. These two, she has like this. Do you see this stuff? I don't know what it's called, but it's like textured. Good morning, Sherry. So I took these two out of the bundle. And I don't know, you probably saw the bundle when we were on retreat. I took the purple and, oh, no, just the purple. This I had. I'm sorry. So this one I had. I took out the purple in the bundle. And I also had this one. So I used to swap those fat quarters in the donate and swap group, but I just don't do it anymore. It's just too much for me. And then I got a white on white bundle that was also gifted to me. And I picked, there was 5 of them, so I used 4 of them. There you could probably see. 1. So I'm kind of making this a little different, you know, putting my own little spin on it with my own fabric, right? Using what I've got, my stash. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's stars. All right. So let me start with cutting the panel. I'm just going to quickly give this a quick press. I pressed everything except for the panel. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, and you might say, who am I battling this out with? I'm not battling anyone. My honey, he just likes to be funny and goofy, and he made me that. And he made me that a while ago, like a long time ago. And I'm like, honey, I don't need this. But I'm using it. I'm using it to make him happy. He spent time making it. So basically, I'm battling myself, okay? I'm battling myself with these. All right, so I want to say in the recipe, but we know we have no recipe. Good morning. Good morning to all. So right now I'm going into live feed mode. So I'm just going to be kind of showing you what I'm thinking. And here we go. So I happen to have a square that, good morning from India. I can't see the name. Oh, I don't have my other glasses, my reading glasses on. So I'm taking my template. Good morning, Deb. Phew. And I am going to go ahead and just place that right on here and then just cut around. That's how I'm doing it. Oh boy, it is cold here. Well, thank you. I like to have Well, this is a quilting channel and we come here and have some fun. As long as we're all respectful and good, we're here to have a good time. So yes. So basically I have almost all the panels except for one. And so we'll say that each panel is going to battle itself out. But yeah, my honey thinks he's funny with all his stuff. Like you saw the kangaroos on my whip videos. He's too much. I think he even put a whip in my hand. I don't even know. After a while, it just is just like, okay, all right. There's only so many things I can do in a day, and making my thumbnails is not one of them. Now in this pattern, not recipe, but in this pattern, it calls for more than just six pieces. I think it calls for 9. If I'm thinking correctly, I think it calls for 9. So we're going to be inventive for the other ones. And what I mean by that is you'll see. So once I've cut out how I like this to look, last night I could not sleep. I normally am asleep at like 7, but I don't know what. But my tummy was doing flip-flops. And at school, there's been a lot of stuff happening. I hope I don't get anything. So I was up late, and when I saw recipe, I say recipe all the time, I know. And I saw Alicia. And this is my first time that I was able to go live when she was on. And she's a hoot. She is a hoot. I actually won something on her channel. And it's something actually that I actually really wanted. Like I had looked at those Annie kits from when I went to festival. So I actually was excited. I was going to just gift it to y'all, but then I was like, oh no, I want that. So I was happy to get that. I want to make one so bad. I really need to sew out of my box. And yes, she cracked me up. She's talking about things was raggedy. I loved it. I loved it. That was such a great live, and I could not sleep. And I was still up for a while after her. I didn't get to bed till after 10. That's very late for me. So yeah, so that was fun. That was fun. So I have my 6. So I need 6, 7. So I need 6, 7, 8 big pieces and 1 small one. So we got a lot of interesting names. We got, I guess, Nickelodeon slime going out there. We got some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer going on over here today. Deb, we're going to keep us on guard. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take off my selvages. This is awkward the way I put this. So we're going to use this in making another block, right? Because we don't have another block. We only have 6. And this pattern, I want to say, and this recipe calls for, and this pattern calls for 8 and then 1 little tiny piece. I have not seen that Iranian art, but I think all art is beautiful. Let's see. So now I am going to try to maximize as much as I possibly can with this. So I am able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inch strip, let's say. Okay, we're going to call this a strip. And we're going to convert this strip into a block. All right. And to get it the width we need, let's see, because if I put this in half, maybe I can get it just by sewing these two. Yeah, I actually might. Okay. So we're going to take this and we are going to cut this to this size. Okay. And then I could cut it again, and I think I will have. So I could put 2 pieces together. That gives me the 8 pieces. See what I'm doing here? I'm going to take these. I'm going to put a seam in them this way. And then that should give me the blocks I need to extend this. Well, no, I don't want to do that. Let's do it this way. Let's put the blocks this way. I think let's put it this way. And then let's see. Yeah, this way I get the most of the center. Okay, so if you have this and you want to follow along with me, I have these pieces. I'm going to put a seam there. So now this makes 7 pieces, and then I have this piece, and I have this piece, and I'll tell you, we're gonna probably need that little piece in a moment. So here we are. I have cut in here a little deeper than the other one, so I now have to be careful on how I cut this one. Let's see, let me follow this gold line. I'm following, there's like a gold line. I'm following this gold line here. So I know that at least I'm cutting the panel straight, or that panel strip. This is what we have left, okay? We may need this, so believe it or not, we may need this. So put that aside. And then we're gonna come over on this side and trim. Good morning, Teresa. And here we go. Again, I'm trying to maximize. No, it's going to have to be this. So this one is smaller, and that is okay-ish. Let's see. See if I could get it down just a smidge. Yep. All right, so now I'm going to cut that, and again, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut it twice so that I can, 1, 2, and wait till you see next week. Next week, I have some awesome things to show you. All right, of something I'm going to work on. I can show it to you. So this is going to make another panel piece. So that will take care of all my panels around. I need something for the center. So I am going to look in the center. And I'm just looking here. Okay, here it is. So, so for the center, they didn't use a panel. What they did is they used the center. They used their border print they used on the border in the center. Well, guess what? I don't even know what I'm using in the border. So I'm going to take these pieces here. I have these 2 pieces here. And, you know, I don't want anything to go. Unused. So what I am going to do is, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to square, not square up, but straighten the one side because I didn't clean off the edge. This side. And clean off the edge on this side. And we're going to use this. We're going to use this and create some kind of something in the center. I don't know what, but we're going to create something in the center. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these two together. And look, that's making some kind of cool design here. And then I'm going to border it. It's going to have to be a little bit bigger. So in order for me to get this, I'm going on the line. There's a line, a gold line. So I'm going to follow this gold line all the way up because here we go. I want to sew these two pieces accurately together. And then I'm going to come here and line up one of my lines. Here we go. On that gold line. There we go. So that when I sew this, it'll look like a continuous gold line. I'm talking about this line here. I want it to match this line. I don't want it to go off. So we're going to sew these two pieces together. All right, the next thing we need is we need the borders around here. So the borders around here, okay, or they're calling it frame. No, those are the frame pieces, okay. And aren't the background and the frame? Okay, I guess they're calling it frame pieces. So I need to cut those out of strips. So we have, I don't have enough of one fabric, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Well, let's go with, let's see. I have to now actually think about this. Believe it or not, I'm going to have to actually think about this. If I do these two in green and I do these two in red, I could do these 4 in purple. Okay, so let's go with purple first. And what do I need? I can't say what I need. It would be easier if I could say what I needed. Okay, so we are going to go the length. The length is what we're going to cut here, okay? We're going to cut the length. I'm going to clean off my edge. I was thinking all day yesterday. I mean, I was working pretty hard, as I normally do. It was one of those busy days. But I was thinking, like, what am I going to bring with me when I go camping on my camping trip? I'm thinking I almost don't want to bring anything with me except from some scraps and see what it is I could come up with. Okay, I'm going to also clean off this edge. Take off the selvage edge. Might as well take it off now. It'll make my life easier. I don't have to cut it off later. So I'm thinking of maybe just winging it. All right, so now I'm making my cuts. So I'm thinking I could frame, hopefully, 4 of these panel pieces with this. I wish I could do them all, but I don't think I can. 4. All right. So I have these 4. I'm going to put them together and see. I may just sew some pieces together and call it a day 2. Here we go. So I need 4 that are like this. And then, let's see. Nope, it's short. It's shy a half an inch. So we'll hold on to, or hold off on that. I have those 4. And then I will grab, and I also need to do a centerpiece too. The centerpiece needs to have this color in it. So what I will do is the centerpiece is going to need this 2, 3, and 4. That's going to be good. That's for the centerpiece. And then I just need, let's see. Actually, I'm just going to sew all these together, and I could probably get the 4 pieces. And I'll put this aside. Put this whole chunk aside instead of cutting it up. All right, we're going to put that aside. I'm going to sew these pieces, and then we'll go from there. So that means I need 2 of these pieces. Wait, 1, 2. You know, I wonder if I should just do 4 and 4 and just not put this into something else. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 4 and 4. Because look, I had some left over. So let's do 4 and 4. I can probably do this with 2 fat quarters. Let's go with that. I'm trying to save fabric. Fabric is going to go up, and it's going to go up quite a bit, what I've been told. So right now we're going to economize. That's the reason why I was thinking when I go camping, bringing all my scraps, and then we can see what we can do with all our stuff that we have. Good morning. You just woke up, Melanie. I'm glad you're up, because you're probably more up than I am right now, because you're probably used to it. I am not. So I am cutting 5 strips from the lengthwise of this fat quarter I have. All right, we have this piece. We'll put this aside. And I only need 4 of these. This one I'm just going to leave to cut what we need. Oh, actually, I didn't cut enough. I did not cut enough, actually. I don't know what I was thinking. I actually have to cut a whole bunch. We're framing this, and I just have to. Wow, my math is way off this morning. Way off this morning. I need 8 pieces, not 4 pieces, because I need 1 on the top and the bottom. So I need 8 of these pieces. Oops. Let's go back to this drawing board. Yeah, see, I'm not awake this morning. Clearly, I'm not awake. Okay, so we need 8 strips, actually, is what we need to border these. More than 8. Sorry, we even need more than that. I may not have enough of this. All right, we may have to reintroduce the 3rd one. I guess I was somewhat right to myself. All right. Let's see what we can get. I don't think I could get 8. So I think Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm getting 8. Oh boy. Back to the drawing board, Leanna. Back to the drawing board. Well, I will be able to get 2. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then I have, and I need 8 of that, and I need 8 of this. So, and all I have is, maybe if I piece, nope, I still will be short. I will totally be short. Okay. Oh, wait, what's this piece? That is not going to work either, because that's a ½ inch short. All right, so we're going back to, let's see, excuse me, my nose is running. All right, here we go. So I am gonna go with this time 2, like I said, we're gonna go 2, and then I think that's what, I don't know, we're gonna cut. We're gonna cut. Of course, now I need more red pieces, and I will just 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. And then I have here enough for 2 blocks. We're gonna have to make 2 blocks, maybe 3. Could I get a 3rd one here? Let's see. I have these 2. And if I add this to here, I'll get the 3. Okay, so these pieces I have to put together. All right. Nice try, right? Trying to get as much as I can. So we have here 2 cut. 1, 2. And I need 1 more. One, 2. Okay. Here we go. These are the short pieces. Put those aside and then now I need 6, which I won't get out of here. I'll have to strategically piece again. But we're gonna sew after this because I'm over it. I need some sewing. Nothing is impossible. We can figure this out. All right. Let's see, did I line those up? That's pretty good. Good enough. All right, so I have to cut these, sew those to get the right size. All right, we're going to play. We're going to play. I'm over being short and messing with that. I never like when nothing goes out the way I want it to go out. All right, so here we are. We're going to put you on the table here because we actually have to figure out how we want the butterflies to look. So again, I am mimicking this. Clearly not following the directions. What else is new for me? And we are going to put this out. When you're not even seeing, are you? There we go. Let's try there. Maybe I should try going back to sleep. This is how I am when I get no sleep. And I'm suffering from allergies. Okay, so I have 3 there. Excuse me. One. Woo! Excuse me. I think this is okay placement. What's going to go here is, oh boy, hopefully I don't have a sneezing fit. I've had so much allergy medicine in me, it's not even funny right now. All right, so are these 3 going to go this way? Actually, I'm going to put them this way where the 2 are here. And the single is up here. We're going to make ones that go here. And then these are going to go there. So let's work on the side pieces, which will be these pieces here, which I am going to make out of these, no, that's the center, out of these panel pieces. All right, let's go. Let's get to some sewing, some creativity. I'm over all this sneezing. Let's see what we can get into. I never even did the white. Okay, so what I'm thinking with these pieces is making these into a panel piece. My mom could sneeze up to 30 times. Is this Lynn's challenge? Yes. Yes. Even though it says, good morning, Joyce. Even though it says something about battles and battle tanks and whatever my honey came up with. It should have been, excuse me, panel challenge, but you know, he's a man. He's doing his own thing. And if you're watching, honey, I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay. So I have, let's see if I have a bigger piece and a smaller piece. And I need it to get to this size. So yes. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2 pieces here. And I'm just going to sew right down. And do the same with these. And then we're going to cut these, press these and cut these to size. And then we should have some of the pieces we need. And then I'm going to take this, and let's see, I like the way that looks, but this is kind of awesome too. This is so hard. How do I want it to look? Oh, because I just need the scent. This will make this, create the center. I'm trying to figure out what will give me more interest. I think this is going to give me more interest. So let me put them this way. And now I want to make sure I line up where those gold lines are. So let's see what this gives us. Ooh, I like that. Look at this. Look at what this did here. That's going to be the center, I think. You know, we can also, so we have that. And remember, I only need, let's see. I think I like that. Okay, I'm gonna seam rip this, and I'll tell you why we're seam ripping this. Because we might put a seam back. I want to see what the other side looks like if we sew the other side. So let's seam rip this. Because this is a, let's see, let's create and see. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so we did that. Now let's go this way and see what happens if we put a seam on this side. Make sure my gold is lining up. Yep. Let's see how these two pieces come together. Ooh, ooh. This is hard. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool too. Oh no, what do I want to do? Let's see. Let's see, because I have to fussy cut this. I can't tell you the dimensions. Let me go grab the right size ruler I would need. Sometimes we get some pretty cool, so this is a, yeah, we'll just, I kind of like that. You know what? I'm going to seam rip it. I think I like the other way better because when I looked at it, I think I get more, I want the curves and I get more of the curves. I like the center better for that one, but I don't like so much how the outside is not curved. So we are going to go with the other side. We're going to go with this side. Sometimes this is it. This is part of just trying to make your own twist on things. Let me pull this all off. I like to call it making your own art. There we are. That was what I call good seam ripping. Seam ripping for a cause. Yeah, I like that better. I just like the way the curves curve in. Do you know what this reminds me of? Electric Company. I don't know why I'm looking at this, but this is reminding me of Electric Company. If you all remember that show on PBS, it was after either Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did nobody watch that? All right, so this is, we'll be using for one of our blocks. This is how the other one showed up. This is how we're going to use this one cut down. And I could probably trim this right here to put up. Ooh, look at that. It, oh yeah, that, duh. It just made it because I made sure it just made it. Wow, Leanna, you need some sleep. You got to go back to bed, and that's not happening. So I'm trying now to center this where there's a gold line, and right now I have it at 1.25 inches there, and it's barely an inch there. So let's go 1 inch and 1 inch maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Well, it is. Sometimes there is a method to my madness. It may not seem like it, but sometimes there is. I try to find guides. Hi, Sharon. try to find something. A seam guide of some sort. So I'm going to go 1 inch there. And then this leaves me 1 inch on this side. And we are cutting off very little. So we've really used and maximized our stuff as much as we can. I used to show it during rainy lunch recess in my 1st grade classroom. I loved the electric company. I loved Between the Lines. Between the Lines? I don't remember that one. But this, for some reason, just reminds me of it. I think like it's the runway, the number runway. All right, so we're going to put that there. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Like loving it, loving it. All right, so this center piece in the end turns out to be that same size as the other one because they just bordered it. Well, you know what? Maybe we can maximize this whole, this is, yeah, this is that inch that I can't say. This is exactly that inch that I can't say. Maybe we be a little different. We don't have to follow the rules. No, these are our rules. So we're going to follow our rules. Yes, we are following our own rules and regulations because this is our quilt. So by the time we're done, it's going to look nothing like what it's supposed to. We have a pink sky. Oh, that's beautiful. So I actually ended up using this whole thing. I like this, so we're going to stick that there. All right. I am really loving this, but I wonder if it would be best. No, I'm just going to leave it like that. It looks a little repetitive there, but I'll get over it. I'll get over myself. All right, so we are going to border those. And I have to also have 2 extensions. So I'm going to sew up 2 of these. Right? 1, 2. Oh, wait, I might need another piece of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6. Yep, here's my 6th piece. So I need these. Okay. So I'm going to join these pieces that I have to try to get the measurement that I need. This would have been a good morning to long arm because my honey is up. We all had a restless night. And my son's not here. But I got to tell you, can barely keep my head straight. So last thing I want to do is move. Probably sitting down is the best thing. Anybody else's allergy kicking up right now? Because these allergies are terrible. Terrible. Y'all, Jordan Fabrics has a pretty good deal today. Oh, what's their deal today? Yes. I mean, I used to look at Missouri Star's daily deal. I used to look at everybody's deal. I don't deal with that anymore. I really had to pull up my big girl panties and say no. No to the stash. As I encourage all of you to buy. Buy, buy, buy. Someone's got to keep these small businesses and businesses going. All right, so I have now the pieces. I'm pretty sure I have what I need in these. Oops. And quickly press these. I'm in Georgia now, and I am discovering new allergies. Oh, I know. When I lived in Texas, my allergies were different than here, but they were allergies. Needless to say. I'm with you, Leanne. I need to use what I have. Lots of fabric waiting to be used just for a little bit. This year about killed me between my health issues and everything. Yeah. Machines breaking, cars breaking. Normally don't have this much stuff that goes wrong, but hey. All right, so now I've got to figure out how I'm going to place this fabric. So if I have 3, I could do these 2 red, maybe. Yeah, let's do these 2 opposite ones red. So I'm going to border these 2 red. I'm going to turn on my iron next to me, and we're gonna go and sew. I'm going to come over here and see what kind of questions I got going on. Let's see. Yes. Well, in Texas, I had to take shots. My allergies were that bad. Here, I just try to maintain with medicine. And in Puerto Rico, I have no allergies in Puerto Rico. No allergies that I know of. I'm still on a no-buy for $25, but this is a good deal. Less than $2 for fat quarter. Oh, $2 a fat quarter or less than $2 a fat quarter? Now, what in the world? How is this small? Oh, Leanna. What did you just do? Leanna needed to go back to sleep because Leanna just sewed the wrong pieces in the wrong place. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning to the show of full of mistakes this morning. Full of just not, I wonder if I did the same thing with the purple. Not sure what the heck happened. Clearly, I'm having one of those moments. PR doesn't have pine trees, LOL, I'm in the South. So we do have pine trees in Puerto Rico, believe it or not. They're on the beach, and it like people are baffled that there's pine trees on the beach next to palm trees. There's some kind of tropical pine, but they look like pine trees. But yeah, it's bad. So I am highly allergic to Bermuda grass. And Bermuda grass is everywhere in Texas. So yeah, this one. So I'm frustrated this morning. So this is how I'm seam ripping. I'm frustrated this morning that I did that. I'm glad I didn't cut this. Could you imagine if I cut this in little pieces? I would be, that's it. I'm over it. I have a forest behind my house. I definitely do have a forest behind my house. And I'm allergic to basically every tree out there. All kinds of grasses, but Some grasses less than others. And the only kind of tree that I'm not allergic to, and this is why in Texas, when we planted trees, we planted peach trees because I am not allergic to fruit-bearing trees. So if a tree bears fruit, I'm not allergic to it. If a tree doesn't bear fruit, God help us all, I'm allergic to it. So I have a feeling that's why my allergies aren't so bad in Puerto Rico, because you don't see that many ornamental decorative trees. Almost every tree in Puerto Rico bears some kind of fruit. And in Puerto Rico, there's not really a whole lot of maintained lawns. You don't go to Puerto Rico and see a lot of maintained lawns. What you see is a lot of, people love their cement there. You see a lot of cement, or you see like little patches of grass, but you don't see that many manicured lawns. Because could you imagine having the amount of water you would need to do that in Puerto Rico is pretty dry. Pretty dry. All right, so we're gonna put this other one on here. I thought I made enough for 3, but I'm not quite sure what I did, honestly. I may have to pick a 4. All right, so I have these 2, and we're gonna put them up, and then I'm going to make my purple ones. These are beautiful ones. They're, oh look, I forgot to put the other side on here. Once you border these really pop. These snap, crackle, and pop. Now just know a pattern is just a guideline. It's just the beginning of your creativity. So here we are. Look, we have this. Aren't these beautiful border? These are spectacular. I almost just want to put them underneath like a frame. They're really, really spectacular looking once you border them. All right, so we'll have these. And then I feel like I will border these 2 here in purple. So let's move this. See, I never even... Oh, I did that again, didn't I? I sure did. That goes to that. And these were the ones that I was supposed to sew up. Not these. I don't think you've ever seen me do this. That makes me mad. Lynn is rubbing off on me. That's how Lynn rips. I've never ripped. I was always so afraid. But she's right. Okay. Here we go. Put these right on there. So that first sewing bit was just for fun, I guess. Practicing my 1/4 inches when I was so bad. Ready? Here we go. It would make a beautiful pillow. All right. What explorer was christened Christopher? We did this. Never mind. What magic words does Cinderella's fairy godmother say before turning the pumpkin into a coach? What does she say? Hola, Maritza. That'll be a fun spell. Take this. So again, if you want to do this challenge, battle, whatever you want to call it, Soft Squares is giving you the panel for free. If you're looking for coordinates with your panel, you can buy some there, or you could just do what I took some out of stash and bought. Some was given to me and some was stash stuff. Hence why we're doing that. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Da, 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 da. I thought it was something different. So, but maybe it is abracadabra. I don't know if it was that version, but I mean, that's all. It doesn't matter. I thought it was bippity boppity boo. What do you do? Da, 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 da. Bippity boppity boo. That's what I say when I don't know the word. Da, 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 da. All right, let's find out. Put them together, and what do you got? Bippity boppity boo. I think that's what it is. If you've never read Eugene Price books, I highly recommend them. Several are set in Savannah and the Simon Islands. Bippity boppity boo. So it is bippity boppity boo. Okay, H. How many white stripes did the first official American flag have? Nope, that's short. Okay, these must be them. I'm cutting things all wonky this morning. I swear I thought I was on the right track of things. Clearly not. Good morning. Yep, not waking. I am not awake enough. I'm doing all kinds of craziness. Here, it's a good thing I didn't try to make this into a tutorial. You really would have been, So, how many white stripes did the first official American flag have? The answer is 13. We have 6. Good morning, Kathy. Today is Thursday, so that which makes tomorrow Friday and the weekend. I'm so excited for the weekend. I'm going to go visit family. Yes, we're going to go visit family. It's going to be lovely. Lovely time. I haven't even packed. I think I better do that. One of the things we did last night was we took apart. Good morning, Andrea. We took apart an old Elna. Yes, we took apart an old Elna. So my honey came across an old Elna. We didn't know if it worked or not. He just took it. And he said, well, I took them because I do gift machines to people to encourage people to sew. And it's actually a really nice one. So I was like, well, honey, I'd like to fix this for myself as one of the machines because I loved my Elna Diva. Loved it, loved it, loved it. This was during the same time that this was. And for free, we could do whatever. I wasn't going to take it in. I could take it in, probably have gotten it repaired, but It's okay. I may take it to Puerto Rico, the repair guy. If we didn't repair it last night, I could take it to him and he could repair it. But in any case, what is going on? Why do I not have enough strips? Nothing is working here. Did I cut these at the specific size and not the size I needed? Because that's what it's looking like to me. Very frustrating, very frustrating. What did I do here? I sure did. I cut these all wonkied when I cut these with the roller. I should have cut them. I cut them. I didn't add the 1/2 inch when I did it. It's okay. We'll go like this. Little piece this way. Clearly, I definitely asleep this morning. I'm doing this challenge. I have butterflies in the panel and the poppies in the triangle one. I designed my own patterns for both. Oh, that's fabulous. Yes. I just fell in love with this pattern and then I'm just making it my own. Now the stripes, we were talking about the stripes. There was 6 stripes, 6 stripes. Ready? What immense planet has been called the king of planets? What immense planet is called the kings of planets? Do I dare even to cut into that green one? Let me show you what I have left. Ooh, this purple. So it's interesting, depending on what color you put in it, you get a different feel. I feel like you get a different feel. This one, the red on the other one made the poppies pop. I think this one made the purple little flowers pop. High pain. Oh, I know it. I think there's some kind of weather happening here soon. All right, let's get over here. So we have this will be there. And this one will be here. So I'm going to take the green and all these pieces that I don't know what in the world I did with. We're going to put these aside for right now. I may need them. Put these white ones aside because I'll definitely need those. And then come on over here. Here's my green. Let's see if these are all the other little pieces. All right, this I think is a regular inch. Yeah, put that in my pile. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's attempt this again. So here we go. We have another fat quarter. Clear off the sides. This fat quarter happened, the other ones didn't have names. This one's called Winter Blooms from Jason Yenter in the Beginnings fabric, 2022. That's where these came from. I don't know who sent me these. So if it's your fabric, thank you. Good morning, Chloe. Welcome to the Let's Make Mistakes show. Let's make lots of mistakes because we're still apparently asleep. Okay. So I'm just going to start cutting this all up because we're going to need it all cut up anyway. So this pattern I actually bought from Villa Rosa. I bought a bunch of patterns from Villa Rosa the other day. And you can get them on instant download. You can get this on instant download. But I like the little cards. So I went ahead and ordered a bunch of cards on their site. Zaza and Giovanna might be, it's lunchtime for them, wasn't it? Good morning, Raven. Good morning, Jessica. So here we are. I have 1, 4. Wait, if I have 4 there, and let me start cutting this, because if I have 1, 2, wait a second. Can I count or not? If I'm making 2 blocks, I need 4 of the, okay, other size. So we'll do, yeah, this will be for 2 blocks. Maybe I'm going to get smarter by cutting this. Okay, so that's for 2 blocks. Now I need 4. Oh, ladies, I may actually be getting a little bit sharper here. I'll put this aside for a second. I'm going to get the right size I need because clearly I'm curious. Need this ruler. This is the exact size I need. Don't need to guess. All right, let's go and put in the borders of the green borders next. So that's these 2. And let's see. Hi, Debbie. Okay. I bought a bunch of patterns. I didn't even check this thing. I bought a bunch of patterns as well. I got them for $1.69, and that was one of them. I had a great coupon. Oh, I didn't even know there was, you know what? I just wanted it. I didn't even check a coupon. I bought it directly from Villa Rosa, so there you go. And didn't even think to see if there was coupons. I'm not a coupon kind of person. I just think I'm going 1,000,001 directions lately. Oh, I know. Hypnotized. Hypnotized. You can instantly download it. I just like those cards. You know, I probably should have bought the download so that when I'm in Puerto Rico, if I have my library, I can look. But the honest truth is, we don't have cable. I'm not cable. We're not going to have internet. Because that's a bill I just don't need. Bad enough I pay for water and electric while I'm not there. Just do not need an added bill. So when we go there, I have to live off the cell tower. I'm going to actually put my phone on premium while I'm there so that I have more ways to download. Because my mom has internet. If I need an internet at night or something, I can just go to her house. And then the TV there works like the old-fashioned way with the antenna, the big antenna. And we actually got 25 channels. I don't know what they are, but we got 25 channels. So we're just going to live off of that. And Honey is going to have to learn Spanish because all the channels are in Spanish. I think there's one channel that's not in Spanish. And I don't even know what it is. So he's going to be picking up Spanish real quick. We both agreed it was something we could do without. Believe it or not, we could do without the internet. All right, so I can't wait to see what this one looks like. Ooh, 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 so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, this morning I definitely, look at that. This is all fitting out great. Let me get, oh, did you hear that? A woodpecker. He sounded like he was right outside my window. You better not be pecking at my house. All right, so what immense planet has been called the king of planets? I don't know, you may have said it. It is Jupiter. Jupiter. What kind of animal? What kind of animal? What kind of animal is a kite? What kind of animal is a kite? Did you hear it? Now, I have bad allergies, but this room is stuffy, and now I want to open up in here. And then I never did tell you the rest of my story of my Elna that my honey found. We took the thing apart last night. We took off the cover, and that thing, it wouldn't move. The wheel wouldn't move. Nothing would move in this thing. And so we oiled. We let it sit for a little, and then he used his muscles and just cranked it. We figured it doesn't matter. It was free. We cranked that wheel, and it was so hard, but he just kept cranking. I kept pouring oil. He kept cranking. I poured oil. He turned that sucker on. He was cranking. The oil was flowing, and we were pressing the accelerator, and then all of a sudden it went really fast, and it is running. But now we don't know if the stitches are running right. So we'll have to, I think that's the next step. Bird. Everybody's saying a bird. And it is. It is a bird. It's not a plane. And it's not Superman. Okay. What are gherkins most known as in America? Gherkins. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? These are so beautiful like this. Okay. Put this back up. Those gherkins. First of all, this goes down here, and this goes up here. This heads over here, and this comes here. All right, so that is what it's looking like so far. Now I have these pieces, which there's only really 3 colors in here besides gold, and I did not order the gold fabric. So, I feel it needs to be purple, personally. But I don't think I have for red. Let's see. What do I have left here? One. These are, let's see, that is, yeah, I don't have enough of purple nor red. I have these pieces. Let's say something. Well, I guess I could get one more, and maybe what I can do is rotate so that if the red one goes there, oh, this is now this is changing. This is why I needed to get my color straight. Oh, you know what I could use? I could use black. I could use black in these as another color to throw in. I can border in black. And I may do that. Okay, I'm bordering in black. I'm going to get some black out, and I'm going to border in black. It's a fever cold. Kiddos came home Monday with a headache and fever, and he gave it, oh, you know, there's some kind of fever thing going on at school. You're right, there really is. Let's see, I'm just trying to see what I could do to maximize the fabric I have. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to put this one purple. And we're going to make do. I always tell you all, let's make do, let's make do, let's make do. I don't think I want to put black in there. All right. So that's not going to fit. And so we are going to put these together. We are going to make this work. It's the last thing I do today. We're going to make this work. All right. We are going to put those together. I say that now, and watch, I'll be a ½ inch short and I'll cry. I think all right, here we go. You know, they used to say, the coaches back then, they don't do it anymore. I don't think you can do that anymore. They used to say, there's no crying in baseball, because my kids used to, you know, they used to play baseball. There's no crying in quilting, but there's a whole lot of cursing in quilting sometimes, I feel. All right, so gherkins or pickles. I want to say gherkins are pickles. Yes, gherkins are pickles. All right, here we are. Let's see what adventure we can go today. Here we go. I don't know if I want to go on that adventure. That's just too much for the first. Oh, here we go. I guess we're going hiking. We're going hiking. I don't know. We seem to like to go hiking quite a bit. We really do. Here we go. We're going hiking, and the first thing we're going to do is what to do. Here we go. We're going hiking. What to do when you're offered a canteen of water if you know you are severely dehydrated. A, accept the water, but ask to mix it with sugar, salt, and baking soda. But if you're hiking, you have that stuff with you? Okay. B, accept the water, but ask to mix it with honey. Or C, refuse the water and ask for a soft drink. We have a B. I know I like to keep you guys in suspense whether we're going to run out of material or not. I like to live, I guess, on the wild side here. We have A, that makes electrolytes. All right, I have this. And now I need to add more fabric to this. Here we go. I have a piece here. We'll go with this piece. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you something else that's coming up. I don't know what happened yesterday at school, but there's something going on yesterday at school. All the kiddos were running to the bathroom. I mean, running to the bathroom. And I don't mean for number one. And one kid was in there, and apparently another kid went in there and realized that the other kid was in the stall, and he started screaming and yelling, "You have to hurry up, you have to hurry up, I'm about ready to poop myself." And I should not be laughing. But I don't know what was going on after lunch. All these kids were running to the bathroom. And I'm just hoping and praying that I do not get some kind of crazy bug, the stomach bug, because it was happening in the boys' room and the girls' room. And the hallway smelled like a latrine. At one point, I was wishing I could spray Lysol, but we can't spray anything. It was bad. It was bad. I don't know. So I'm hoping that is not the next virus that's going to hit us, because this week we did have that fever thing. We had lots of students out with some fever thing. Something in the lunch could be. When our teachers are like, "Are they serving tacos again?" I was like, "Bean tacos?" I go, "I don't know." No, yesterday was a panini. Yesterday was a panini, but man, holy moly. It was crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if like half of these kids are out. I mean, I was thinking it could have been, but I don't know the morning. I really wasn't in tune to what was happening in the morning, so that could have been happening in the morning too. It really could have happened in the morning too, but I was privy to it in the afternoon. We seem to think it's going to be a stomach thing. Just the next thing. Well, we'll know. All right, so I have able to border another one. So we're gonna put this here. And we're gonna put this like this. Put this like this. And then this one will be now bordered. Now I don't like that part for la 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 la. Are you kidding me? Because now I have two like that. Ooh. Oh well, I'm not gonna care. I think I need to get over myself on making sure all these are placed where they should be placed. Let me see if I could swing some stuff around. If that's there, oh, I can. This can go here like this, but no, it can't. It still would do the same thing. And I'm not seam ripping anything, so we're just gonna go with it. It's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. Hope it wasn't, I'd hate to be on that cleanup crew. Yeah, I warned them. I hope in the winter bugs go away. I'm sick of being sick. Me too. I warned the lady. I said, you might want to like double, triple glove up as I left yesterday. I said, I don't know what's going on. I seem to think it's a bug. I don't think it was lunch, because if it was lunch, it would have been everyone, because yesterday's lunch is a very popular lunch, and it wasn't everyone. It was just, there was a situation where the bathroom was being used that way all day, and my guess, and it was from different classes, so my guess is that, no, actually, now that I think about it, majority of them came from one class, which is one of the reasons. Oh, this is already the size it needs to be, which is one of the reasons why we think it's a bug. And we're over these bugs. We are so over these bugs. All right. I just don't want to get it for the weekend. That's all. I just don't want it as a partying gift. Hi, Skater Gamer. How are you? Now, Skater Gamer, out of curiosity, are you an adult or are you a little kiddo? I guess you could be a college student too. Does anyone have some ideas for a graduation gift for my son? Well, you can chop up all those ugly jelly rolls into teeny tiny little pieces. No, just joking. Just joking. I was going to say, make him a postage stamp quilt. But unfortunately, Raven, for me, my kiddos just like cold hard cash. That's what they liked. They like cold hard cash. They like that, so that they could buy whatever they want, whether it be a computer, a new phone, whatever, the newest game. I think actually one time my kid bought a skateboard. I still have the skateboard. My son got a skateboard after graduation for college. He went around campus on a skateboard. Yeah. That's my idea. We're talking about high school graduation, or are we also talking about, because I'm assuming high school, but it could be 6th grade graduation. Oh, there you go. Yeah, go ahead, give that boy some money, because he's gonna need it. He's gonna meet friends, and they're gonna be like, oh, let's go out to eat, or let's go do something, or he's gonna want something for his dorm room. I mean, you could always make him something special just from you. I mean, all my kids left to college with a quilt. I made every kid a quilt except for Luke. He got a quilt for his bed because he didn't go for college. He did trade school. So, you know, dorms have the extra long twins. So I went ahead and made extra long twin quilts for my kiddos. They love that because they really love that, Raven. I'll tell you why. They said, both of them, and they're two very different children, said it was a little bit of home in their room. So, yes. So they have their college quilts. But I will say they really did love it. One was a boy, one was a girl. And when they were homesick, they even like would call me if they got homesick and said that they were rolled up in their quilt that I made them. So I think they were maybe homesick for like a week, and then they met friends, and then, you know, then it's college life. So that may be a thought. I mean, I was kind of joking around about taking those ugly jelly rolls and cutting them into teeny tiny pieces, but you could like strip piece them all, right? Like 10 or 12 at a time, and then cut them after you strip piece them in 2.5 inches, and then rotate them, and then make a 12 by 12, right? 12, and then put those together, and then you'd get a postage stamp one pretty quick. So here we go. Here's this, and I bordered this wrong. This was supposed to be bordered in green, and I went ahead and bordered it in red. Ay, Dios mío, esta mañana le me deciste. Sorry, now you know it's bad, but I'm speaking Spanish. Really, like, give me a break this morning. I am not undoing this. I'm tired, and now I'm aggravated that I did this. This has to stay here. So this is staying here. This is not 1, 2, 3, and this is staying here. So that means other things have to rotate, and that's that. That just means this can't go there. So this one is going to go there, here. And I would have had it perfect. I'm going to have to take this out. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I really am not doing it. Let me look at this for a little bit. Am I going to do it or am I not going to do it? Wait, what's a lot of pink? Oh, your stuff has got a lot of pink. Okay, so do you have stash? Maybe you could do one of the type it. Oh, I have it over there. The quilts I just did where you just find cutout strips, any color strips you have. And if you have an accent color of white or something, and you could do that type it one, it's free from Zen Chic and Moda. I have to look at this now because I totally messed this up. And I'm trying to find a way to make it look a little better. So I think if I do it like this, where this is red, purple, red, purple, red, purple, and then the two here, I think this is going to be A-okay. And I'm going to swap this for this. No, I'm not going to swap this for this. What am I doing? It's staying this way. I don't care anymore. We're good. This is one of those times that you just got to fight your battles. And my battles have been fought. I'm going to put this in green. So let's see what we're going to creatively do with this. Well, yeah, but I don't have the fabric. Look, this is all I have left. So we're going to, and this is all I have left of this. And I'm not going to rip that other thing. It's staying. It is staying. We're going to be good. It's going to be good. It's all going to be good. So what I'm going to do here is I need more fabric to go around these. So here is a piece there. Now this is the center block. You just heard thunder? Yeah, I'm gonna just do. How it comes out is how it comes out, because this is not only a panel battle, I'm clearly battling with myself. It's a scrap, it's becoming a scrap project. All right. Oh, the other little bit of advice I have for our college kids. So when my kids went to college, the college has these fundraisers where you can send care packages to your kids. But without you doing the care package, you could spend, I don't know what it is. And then every so often the kids would get, you know, these little packets of like snacks and soup and all this. Yeah, I did that, right? And I couldn't with my daughter because my daughter had dietary restrictions, and so she was the first one who went to college. But I did that with my son, and he's like, "It's very cute, Mommy," and it was delivered to my door. But I would have preferred a care package from you because I'm sure this was very expensive, and this is what I got. But I think you would have done a better job. So don't waste your $79.95 to get something delivered to your kiddo the first week of college. Just mail them something. Save yourself the money. So here we have this first piece. My kids always wanted restaurant gift cards. All right. And then I have this piece. So I have to put red because I'm trying to get this before I border it. Yeah, I have to put red. Let me put red, and then I can put the green. And that goes in, this is the one that's going in the center. So this is what happens when you only have 6 panels and you need 9. You make it up with whatever other stuff there is. And so yesterday when I couldn't sleep and I was up to all hours with stomach distress, all I got thinking was, what did those kids give me? Because I was thinking, I hope they didn't give me whatever was going on. And I did not eat school lunch. So it's just, but I think it's just my stuff. My diverticulitis is, I think, acting out. I made pasta. Okay, so for a lot of you may know what this is, and some of you may not. You can look it up. Hi, Joanna. My honey and I made pasteles last night, which is Puerto Rican food. It's like this little thing in banana leaves. And it's made by a mixture. So we made pasteles last night. And I have not had any food with flavor in forever. And I'm trying to start to introduce my normal foods I eat. So last night we made pasteles and I ate that. So I don't know. My tummy might have been like, it's too much, Leanna, right now. And I made them bland-ish because I told everybody, listen, they're not going to be the pasteles I normally make. They're a little bit on the blander side, though everybody thought they were delicious. I think we made, how many pasteles? Well, I cooked up 2, 4, 6, 8. And I have probably a dozen and a half. I probably made 25 or 30 last time. All right, so we're gonna so we have this so far, and now I just have to trim it down. So I have 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, an inch and an inch. Okay, perfect. So we're doing the inch and the inch thing again. Now this is going to get all bordered. I hope I did that right. Let me check. Yep. Okay. So I have this. This is vintage style by Joe. Hopefully she's feeling okay. All right, so I'm going to put this on the sides. Put this on the sides. Not bad. I had three fat quarters so far that I've used. So far I have that panel and 3 fat quarters. I do need the 4 fat quarters or a yard of fabric for the background. Got to get ready for the day. Not a problem. I hope I didn't catch it. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm sure, because I'm sure I just haven't had really good flavorful food with flavor in a long time, and I'm starting to try to add things in my diet. All right, so there we go. We have this. And now it looks very different than the one in the pattern, right? Because obviously I'm doing my own thing. So the center piece in the pattern is a little bit more tailored. Has a little bit more of a tailored look, but we can't all be carbon copies. I'd love to see what other people do with this pattern. Here we are. Okay, we're gonna go across, and then we have all our panels built, right? All our bordered blocks built, and we are going to not do any more today. I'm gonna do this. We can look at the background fabric and see what that is gonna look like. And I have no idea what the borders are, because I didn't even do that kind of pull yet. Oh, perfect. I love when that works that way. Okay, so we started saying this about what to do when you are offered a canteen of water if you know you are severely dehydrated. The answer is A, accept the water, but ask to mix it with sugar, salt, and baking soda. And like someone says, that creates electrolytes. This is looking interesting. We have some interesting look. Here we are. This is what my center looks like. So the center in the Hypnotize starts off with a block that's smaller. Can you see? And then they bordered it twice. So here we just did our own thing with our scraps, and we're going to stick that in the center. So now I'm going to put this up here. So now this is what it looks like. It looks a little intentional for fabric placement. If not, oh well. This is where we're at right now with this panel battle situation. It's not really a battle, a challenge. All right, so this is what I have. I have these little pieces left from my fat quarter and a couple of these little squares pieces. In case if you're wondering for the fat quarter, I have these cut-offs. These are smaller. Probably could be for strings. Actually, because I cut the green smartly, like when I did that, I have this and actually a piece like this. So probably this is what your scrap should look like. But you know, I don't know what I was doing this morning. I was sleeping and quilting at the same time, I think. And this is what we have here. So what I probably will do is I probably will cut this, and then this way I have pieces like this that I can use in some scrap project. So I'm going to set all these aside. So here, these corner pieces here and these middle pieces, I don't have a yard, believe it or not, of like something that's white or something that would go with this. But I have these 4 fat quarters. This was a fat quarter bundle from Soft Squares. So I'm going to take the 4 and I'm going to strategically put like one quadrant with one fabric, one quadrant with another, and the same in here, and it'll get to what we need it to get to. As far as inner border and outer border, this makes a 63 by 63 inch quilt. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I haven't even thought that far. But anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm starting, it's all setting in my face right now. And I'm done sewing for the day. I'm done. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And we'll see you tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind on the way out, hitting the like button, I would also appreciate it. Bye.